It's almost
We
this
need to
resigned
talk.
thing, like this inevitable. We have to talk in private.
Joe, we gotta have it out.
Oh God! Hold on. Welcome back to Man in the Crease. Just kidding. Welcome to the Redirect.
Will Scott Hunting.
Welcome to the Redirect Podcast. I'm Abigail Freshley.
And I'm Emily Rojas. The Redirect Podcast is the show where we recap heated rivalry and shift the conversation back to books. We discuss themes from our favorite books and how those themes show up in our real lived experiences.
On today's episode, we are recapping episode 5 of Heated Rivalry.
But first, hey, if you like us, go on Apple Podcasts, go on Spotify, and leave us a 5-star review and let us know how much you're enjoying our show.
And you can follow us on social media at Redirect Podcast, and Emily at Emily Rojas Reads, and me at Fabigail11. And of course, you can share our show with a friend. Sharing our show with a friend is a great way to to grow our community of book loving nerds. Literally, like, having heated rivalry and having community around this show is
peak.
What is getting me through the end of this horrible year.
Correct.
Like, I am recently unemployed, and
thank
I've
God.
never felt like higher on life. I felt like I was on drugs last night.
Dude,
I was in my
yeah.
After I watched it, I was
felt
like,
I was on drugs.
I feel like I'm on like speed. Like I was.
I'm so glad I didn't end up staying up because I don't think I would have been able to fall asleep. Like, I think it was the right choice to watch it this morning.
Okay, we just have to.
Okay.
We have not talked about this at all, really, except for just like, oh my God,
No.
I have like 5 pages of notes.
I was gonna say, I wish you could see how many notes I have for this episode.
And some of them,
if last episode was an hour and a half.
Oh my God. Also, some of my
gonna
notes
be 2 hours.
It's like serial killer, like, because I was just like, okay, all right.
Let's all take a deep breath. Okay, all right.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about the episode in a calm, collected
We're gonna
fashion.
be really calm,
Really chill about everything. Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
So, it starts out. I'm literally crying.
No, I actually,
Okay.
I think I'm gonna cry during the recording of this podcast
I think I will
because
too. I think I will too.
I felt for most of the episode last night, in the happy moments, in the tender moments, in the sad moments, I felt on the verge of tears for most of it.
Me too. Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
show opens.
Shane wakes up. The alarm's going off.
Shane wakes up, and you immediately know. Well, I immediately knew he was in Rose's bed, or he was in bed with
Vibes
Rose,
are off. Yeah.
because he looks
Obviously,
again like he's seen a ghost.
yeah.
He's like,
God, what are you doing here?
as compared to in episode 4 when he wakes up from the nap with Ilya, and he's like,
Correct. He's like
he's high.
dreamy angel. Yeah. Yeah. So she's leaving. She's like, I have to go do some shots or whatever. And I thought this was an interesting contrast too, with her leaving as opposed to Shane kind of being the one who's always leaving. And because he feels like, oh, I'm like in a chill, this is fine. Even though he's not happy, he's like, I'm okay because I'm proving to the world that I am straight.
Yes, and he
TM.
also alludes in this conversation. He's like, hey, like, sorry about last night. I think I've been stressed about the season. And I said, Shane unable to perform? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I don't know that side of you at all.
I don't know outside of you at all, because I've never known you to not come in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't. Okay.
Like,
Also,
let's
like,
put 2 and 2 together.
I just want to say at the top of this episode, and I'll say it at the middle and at the end, I think that this is a show, obviously, about gay boys and about the most amazing women ever.
I was reflecting on that as well, because there's again another worse version of the show where Rose and Svetlana are like pushed to the side or like treated poorly or not interesting. And Elena, yeah, all the women. And you know, like for them to be complex characters impacting the plot and to be great people and to like not be to be maybe like victims of circumstance, but not really victims, like to hold their own and to be empowered. It's women.
And you know what?
Women
having a lot of confidence too. Like Rose is kind of like, hey, I kind of know that I'm hot. So therefore I need to have a compassionate conversation with you about why you can't get it up for me, because respectfully, anyone attracted to women should be able to get it up for me.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You know, so it's just
so
in the most compassionate way. So
then we cut to the In the Crease podcast again.
Welcome to Man of the Crease. And Scott is running like that again.
Running, trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Hey, that'll take you out of it. That was like a bucket of ice cold water. I was like,
do you think Francois, the actor, is like, hey, I guess I run weird? Like, no one's ever told him before, and then he sees the discourse online?
No, he's got it
like,
now. Okay, I have to stop you right here, though.
Okay. Stop me.
Connor and Francois were like 2 miles from my house last night.
They're orbiting you, all of them.
Like, I saw the picture and I was like, holy shit. I'm
like, you're so close.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared that I'm going to be out in public and see them. Anyways,
maybe,
he was there too.
You know, let's not have that.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyways.
And then they're talking about the All-Star game, that Shane and Ilya might play on a line together, and who's going to play center. And they're talking about also how Scott's like on a red hot pace this season, and is he going to crash and burn? So yeah, that's like the highlights from the podcast.
Yeah,
Scott mentioned. So we know he's coming back in this episode.
Yeah, and like while they're talking while the podcast audio is going, Shane is like doing the rowing machine. They're showing everybody.
Yeah, he's locked in.
So then we cut to Shane having dinner with Rose at a restaurant.
This is where I started openly. Like, I don't normally cry at TV shows, but this was like tears streaming down my face through this conversation.
They made a choice about how to do this scene, and it was so not what I expected.
And Hudson, like, okay, let's just talk about it, because it was just too much for me. Really, first of all, it's like I was just crying.
Okay, let's talk about what happened, and then let's talk about like how they did it and everything. So
okay.
So Rose is like, she starts being like, like, are there any gay hockey? Or she was like, oh, Miles is so jealous. And he's like, oh, jealous of you? He's like, oh, jealous of me? And he was like, no, jealous of you. You knew Miles is gay, right?
Yeah. Which, love her. Obsessed with her.
Yeah.
She's like the least subtle person. Unfortunately, Shane is also the like most oblivious person. So we're it's like an unstoppable force meets an immovable object here.
She's trying to feel him out. And then she goes, the most unsettled thing you could possibly do. So are there any like gay hockey players? Like gay out hockey players?
Yeah. By the way, for no reason.
Yeah. And he was like,
am I possibly eating dinner with one right now?
I don't, there's probably gay players, but I don't I don't know anything.
Nobody's out. Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I think I'm going about this the wrong way. And he's like, what? And she's like, I don't think I'm like doing it for you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I love spending time with you. I love talking to you. Yeah. All true things, right? And she's like, but do you love kissing me? And what does he say?
Sure.
Okay. Pause. If my husband's listening to this, I would say one of the biggest ongoing fights in our relationship is that sure is not the same thing as yes.
Sure is not the same thing as yes.
Hey.
It's like, sure.
Do you want to go get ice cream? Sure. Full you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure isn't yes.
Sure is not yes. Correct.
So,
yes.
Anyway, so she goes, oh, wow. And hey, by the way, if your romantic partner is like, hey, do you like having romantic contact with me in any way? Never say sure.
Sure is the worst possible
It's better
answer.
to say no.
It's worse than no. It's better
sure is so horrible. And so he starts.
I'm so emotional about it.
So he's starting to be seen. Right? Yeah. And so and in the most compassionate way, and the scoring in this moment too was like this kind of hopeful, like gentle music where it's not like, oh my God, I'm being outed. Oh my God, I'm being confronted. It's like,
no,
oh my God, I'm being seen.
Yes. And she's not mad at me. And like, she's not accusing me of anything. There's no judgment attached to this. It's just like, hey, I think this is a thing.
And she goes, I think
he starts
kind of like
up.
a square peg round hole situation. And then she goes, oh, gross, sorry. And then he goes, I think, and he's like kind of at a loss for words. And then she's like, have you ever been with a man before? And his eyes are filling with tears. And he has a flashback of him with Ilya. Okay. I had to pause.
This was sick. This was actually sick and twisted, by the way.
Jacob Tyranny.
Yes.
If you see me, walk faster.
I find you.
If you see me, walk faster. So,
yes, and he just nods. He nods.
He can't even speak, and his eyes are filling with tears, and
like much like mine right now.
And then she's like, "And was it different?" And then he has another flash of Ilya in like one of the hotel rooms, and then he was like, "Yeah." He kind of smiles, and he's like, "Yeah, of course it's different." And she's like, "Is it better?" And then another flash of Ilya.
That's another. And I loved this so much because even we're starting to plant the seeds now. And this is a running theme through this episode, which I want to talk about when we get to later scenes. But the flashbacks, none of them were of them having sex. They were of them just being together.
This is so important to me.
And it's like laying the groundwork because it's like, this is someone that I like as a person. And this is where you start. Obviously, you got that in the tuna melt last episode. But even this little choice to have these scenes be the flashbacks, which are not, I mean, the first one is like them in the locker room, whatever. Like that was a little bit sexual, but it's not of like them hooking up. It's like
moments when they're like kissing. When
they're together.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, like this spark between us. And
innocent. Yes. Yes.
One thing we talked about in the last episode, which is totally contrasted with this episode, which I think proves our point, is that there's been so much sex because sex is the language that they're able to speak with each other. They're not able to use words. But this episode was about using words and being honest. And so there was no sex scenes in this episode.
Yes,
they're able to
I really do want to talk about it at length.
They really it was about each other. It's about being honest and being seen and like having new words for how you feel.
A different way of being vulnerable together.
Yeah.
Yes, totally. Also here at some point Rose says this isn't a problem because a problem's something you can fix.
He was like, I love talking to you, whatever. I know the sex is a problem.
Yes.
It's not even like
it's not a problem.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just that you and me aren't like that.
This isn't.
I love you so much as a person, and that is fine. That can be the extent of our relationship. Is just like being best friends.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and she also like makes him feel super normal because she's like, this has happened to me a lot actually. I was at theater school. Like literally? Many of my boyfriends have been gay.
So fucking relatable. Look, hey, if you've been wondering about your sexuality, and I have had a crush on you in the past, use it as a data point.
Take that as a sign.
I'm just saying, maybe introspective a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Anecdotally. Yeah, so then he's like, I don't know. It's, again, Hudson's acting in this moment, in this whole scene is just so lovely because you can tell it's like, this is such an emotional thing. But also, as soon as it's out there, he's like more relaxed. And that stays through the whole episode. Like, he's less uptight and it's subtle. It's not like insane overacting, but he's just like more relaxed, like has this like sort of almost smile on his face. And it's like, finally, this is the first time. He's never, obviously, like, in his mind, he's like, probably knows. Ilya probably obviously knows this about me, but like, they've never even had the conversation. Ilya is bisexual,
he's
so like,
always been holding out hope, kind of, that maybe he was bisexual so that he could have this easier life. That he could have the option of like figuring it out and like marrying a woman and having a traditional family and
never having to deal with
never having to truly deal with it.
Yes. And then he finds this girl who's like the perfect girl. Like, she loves hockey and she's cool and he likes hanging out with her and she's beautiful.
I even think she's pretty, but like in a way where you're like,
it's still not enough.
Oh, I think she's like I think this lamp is pretty. Like, I know something is pretty.
Non-romantic. Yeah. This is when I was just crying.
And
this whole scene. It was just so beautiful.
Also so lovely that in a show like this, they easily could have made the woman the butt of the joke.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, this stupid like woman like fell for this gay guy. How stupid is she that she didn't obviously he was gay, or she could have made her the enemy of like, you suck at sex, you are horrible, whatever. But you know, they could have taken that tack, but they weren't like they didn't. I guess they just didn't, and they chose to. There are many times in this episode they choose to honor women in very important ways.
Yes,
and whether it's Shane's mom, it's Rose, it's Svetlana, it's Elena, it's like they or Jackie even. I feel like all the women are just really thoughtful, important to all of these guys, and they have significant relationships with them, and it's just
it's great.
A lesser version of this show could have ignored them, made them caricatures, didn't build them out, but it's just really...
And we have so little time, so it's actually extremely impressive in a show where you do have to focus on these two, this one relationship.
The pacing in this episode was
communicate
incredible.
So much. Yes. But like to also be able to include women who are well-rounded characters, like that's impressive, and it's thoughtful and it's intentional. So correct.
So then we cut to a scene where Ilya and Svetlana are like chilling out in bed together watching, like it seems like they probably just hooked up, unclear, but they're watching hockey and talking about hockey in Russian.
Yes.
And Svetlana goes fishing again for information about Shane because she's clocking Ilya's tea.
She knows. Yeah.
She's clocking his tea.
She knows.
So she's talking about how good he is and kind of ripping at him about, oh, he's going to be at the All-Star game and maybe he should play center and you should play right wing. And they have this cute moment where they're like wrestling and like being goofy with each other, which was so lovely and nice.
Yes. It was nice to see Ilya be able to like have support in this way. And also it made me think like, this comes up again for me later, but how he not even uses, but like he doesn't have anyone in his life to give him a hug. Oh. So he has sex with people in order to get this like physical affection. And so then this part after they're playing, he like lays his head in her lap and she's kind of like touching his head. And it's like his face, you could tell he's like brooding about Shane and like feeling upset a little bit. And it's just like, he doesn't feel like he has anybody. And obviously she's a very close friend, but also they do sleep together like kind of off and on. And so I just thought this was interesting how he even tries to do this later with Shane, and Shane ends up being more of a comforting than a sexual presence in the moment. But I thought this is an interesting like part of his character, how like he doesn't have anybody to hug him, you know?
What actually came to my mind in that moment was that he's always the one who's doing the holding. Like he's never held. But he was, in that moment, held by Svetlana. And this is just the name of the episode is I'll Believe Anything, which is also the name of the song that plays at the end of the show. But it's kind of showing this hope. He's like, both of the main characters, and throughout the episode, are finally just starting to say, like, I'm going to have to, like, believe in something. I'm going to have to be willing to, like, trust myself a little bit. And show a little bit. And even in the moment with Svetlana, it's like, it's admitting, okay, I have this close friend that like I've had a sexual relationship with, but almost his relationship with Svetlana transitions from being just only about sex to being about like emotional intimacy with a friend throughout this episode. So it's like, it's not just Ilya's personal revolution in his relationship with Shane. It's his revolution in life in general, being more open and letting people in. And readers of The Long Game will know that like he stays on that journey for a while and be like, it learns to like lean into his softness. But
yes, but it's hard. It's hard. The more I watch this, the more I'm like, man, in the books, I always relate more to Shane, and I still like love Shane. But watching Connor Story's portrayal of Ilya makes me think like I do understand him. I understand him. So anyways, okay. So
that scene ends with Svetlana being like, I wonder how many outfits Rose Landry is going to bring to the All-Star game. She's always so well dressed. Cut to a bar.
The All-Star game.
Tampa, Florida.
Guess who's well dressed
2017. So Ilya's sitting at the bar. He's wearing like this goofy, like tropical floral print shirt.
It was so silly.
And then
So goofy.
Shane, which is also, okay, let's talk about the symbol here, the symbolism. Shane walks in, he's wearing this like linen blazer. It's like the power is inverted, or the dynamic is inverted, because it's always Shane looking kind of dumpy and goofy, and Ilya being really confident and well dressed. But now Ilya is showing like his goofiness and being like silly and like less polished, and all of a sudden Shane is coming in, and this is the dynamic that has changed from the last episode with the tuna melt scene, where Ilya's like, I'm taking care of us, whatever. Now Shane is like, I gotta go get my mans.
Yes.
This is my favorite, by the way. The All-Star, like everything in this episode was amazing. It's one of the best episodes of TV I've ever watched.
Correct.
But the All-Star sequence was my favorite thing in the whole show.
Everything about the All-Star sequence was so important to me and so dear to me. And I could, again, discuss for hours. So he says, he orders a Corona as well. He says, I'll have what he's having. And
I'll have what my team members having.
Yes. And you can tell Ilya is like, you, like in his mind, like, I'm not gonna be nice to you, I'm not gonna, like, I'm still mad about the tuna melt thing. He's so up, and he says, are they all out of ginger ale, Captain? And Shane says, well, I'm feeling wild. And he's like, again, you can tell the way he's carrying himself, like, he is more relaxed, he's more like, he's not like glancing around like, is anybody gonna watch us, like we're flirting right now? He's just there, he's leading the interaction for the first time. And so then, they kind of go back and forth, and Ilya says, did you bring anyone with you?
He starts fishing around, like
a little bit like, okay, well, I'll talk to you. I need to know if anyone's here with you. And Shane says, no, you know, my parents didn't want to come or whatever. And then he says, and
by the way,
he opens up.
The eye contact here is a lot. Yes. Like the eye contact, and then like you can tell they're looking down at each other's mouths. It's very loaded.
And the shots are mostly like super tight throughout this whole episode, really. But this part too, like they're super close in, like very intimate. And then sometimes it'll be like a wide shot, and it'll go back to being these close-ups. And then Shane says, like, I didn't feel like being managed this weekend. Okay. So he's like being a little vulnerable, and they're like flirty. And then finally, like, Ilya's like, well, you look really pretty today.
He's a,
but like kind of sarcastic.
Yeah. But he's, again, because now, well, Ilya in episode 4, he was vulnerable with Shane. He got rejected. So now he's back to the backhanded compliments.
He's like, I'm not doing it. Yes.
You know what? And that's like, I get it.
And he's correct for that.
He's actually right for that.
He was brutally rejected. And so then Shane says, okay, if I tell you something, you can't tell anybody or make fun of me. And Ilya's like, we'll see about that. Like, whatever. And then he says, I hired a stylist. And then Ilya's face.
This is actually a Connor Story, like, character break. I think he's, like, the smile was so...
It was so goofy. He just, like, slowly, though, his eyes, like, light up. And then he, like, gives a slow smile. And then he starts laughing. And they're just giggling. I don't know. They were just... This reminded me so much of, like, when you really like someone and everything's so funny.
Everything
and
they do is just like... Oh. And then he's like...
And it's like...
He was like... Jane was like, well, there's other guys in the league who always dress so nice. And he's like, not you, whatever. And they're kind of just being goofy. And then he's like, I didn't dress bad. He said, oh, were you tired looking like shit? And he was like, I just dressed athletic. And then he says, I know what you wore.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Scream.
Wait, hold on.
Scream.
Hold on. Yeah. He said, I know what you wore.
Like, he can't help himself. Like, this is what you see it happening, where he's like, I'm not going to talk to him. Okay, I'm going to be mean to him. Okay, I'm going to be a little flirty with him. Okay, I'm going to ask him where Rose is. You know what I mean? Like, you get this, like, descent where he's like, okay, fine.
And so then, then Ilya's like, so this has nothing to do with Rose Landry. And he gives him, like, this very meaningful look.
Like...
And then he says, no. And they starts talking about Rose in the past tense. Oh, I would always go with her friends. They're always so well dressed. And
they're so well dressed.
So you and Rose are not. And then he said, we're not. And then he said, Rose is great. I like her a lot, but we're not compatible. And Ilya's taking this in. We learn later he's not quite sure what compatible means, but he's processing this.
He thinks he knows. Yeah.
And in one thing I noted is they do pull out a little bit at this point, and you see them both sitting at the bar, and Ilya is like drumming his fingers and like trying like kind of like gripping the bar, like he's gripping the counter, and I'm like, oh, he's like holding himself back from like touching Shane.
Yes. It's so much. Amazing. Okay.
So this was a lot. It was a lot. And then they're like,
then at some point the other hockey player comes over.
JJ comes up and he's like, oh, cats and dogs, wee.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I think we're doing a lot of this weekend. You know, it'd be fun to play together, all this stuff. Yeah. And then Ilya's like, yeah, who knows what we have in common? Maybe give us a chance to get to know each other. You never know what you have in common.
We can learn to get to know each other. It's just, okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now and then the pool scene with the kids.
Okay. So first of all, Shane is laying out on like a lounger, and he's wearing his cool new clothes with his like,
sunglasses,
5-inch inseam shorts, and his like open silk shirt. And he's like, you can kind of tell he's like, I know I look good. I'm going to be sitting, and I'm angled towards my man because I've got to.
I'm basically watching him, but no one can tell.
Everything about this whole scene, I was like middle school pool party. It was everything about it. It was just giving like the way Ilya was acting. Ilya's being super loud and like
so loud,
gregarious.
Hey, look, I'm so good with kids. I'm funny.
What's so funny?
Shaking my head.
Yeah. So he's playing with these kids, and he's like, "Okay, we have race," and he's like, "Hollander, you have to watch to make sure these cheaters don't cheat." And then
like, are you watching me?
Yeah, are you watching me?
Hey, can you see me over here?
Okay, so then he like races with the kids, and he's like, "There's a shark in the water," whatever.
Yes.
And it was so cute. The whole thing was just like him showing off, him having fun, being goofy, also showing his tenderness. I would say like people like Ilya, not that I can relate, cough cough, I can, but like. Not being open and fuzzy with people or like adults, but like being able to be yourself around kids.
Yeah.
Like, these people, these little humans that won't judge me.
Yeah. They're just gonna love that I'm having fun with them. This also made me sad because it made me think about his niece in Russia and how there is later, we'll get to that, but there is probably a part of him that's like very sad that he can't have a relationship with her because of all the stuff with his family. So, that made me like bummed for him. But yeah, he's great with the kids. And then this is intercut with scenes of them like playing on a line together at the All-Star game, and then they score and like they're making these great passes. And then Ilya comes over and kisses his helmet like on the side of the, whatever, like near his cheek. And he's like smiling.
I know. Wait. We're missing something very, very, very important.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's from like the beginning of the episode. I should have to go back and mention that we forgot.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Like after Rose leaves from like the meeting with like the morning when she wakes up with Shane is looking at his phone and he's like reading all of these comments about how great they are together and how he really looks like he's in love. And Ilya, they show him, he's reading the same comments. And I will say that this did activate the Gaylor sleeper cell in me.
I thought the exact same thing.
Of like, oh, but she's never been happier. When it's like, actually, you have no idea.
Exactly.
You have no idea what's going on in someone's personal life.
I think that was a very well made point in a very simple scene. I thought the exact same thing of like, we don't know these people. Like, you see them and they look happy. That's like meaningless, and you don't really know if that's true for anyone in life. Like, you really don't know what's going on in someone's house, and so like chill out. Let's not be so parasocial.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you think Shane and Ilya hate each other, they're in love. You think Shane's never been happier, he's gay. So
and then also like Shane looking at this and being like, well, should I be happy? Like, I should be that happy. And Ilya being like, well, maybe he really is that happy. And it's
like he doesn't know either.
We all need to use our words.
Correct.
So anyway,
talk to your friends.
We're in the All-Star montage.
Point. Thank you for bringing that up.
Do like a pass, shoot, score.
Yes.
Kiss, whatever. And then Ilya comes up. He like pushes him. This was giving middle school pool party in a way that was so biblically.
It was visceral,
accurate. He like pushes himself out of the pool.
Yeah,
which would have worked on me. That would have worked on me.
Hey.
And he like walks over, and this is so fucking like 7th grade. He's like shakes his hair on, and he like
he's
shakes
like dripping on Shane. Yeah.
And he's like, hold on, or get these kids some money. I leave my wallet in my room or whatever.
Yeah.
And like Shane is kind of like goo eye at him like a little bit.
He's like checking him out.
And like Ilya knows what he's doing. And they kind of have this like moment of eye contact.
Yeah. Like we're pretending this is something else, but we both know what it is. And again with Shane, like he would not have done this in a previous episode. He would have been like, stop, I'm not here. Like, don't look at me like that. Like he would have said something weird and everyone would be like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, but now
he can't
he's
help
like,
it anymore.
I'm going to look at you. I'm going to look at you. You can only
hold on and hang on for so long.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and he's not.
And that's the part of this episode that makes me so emotional. It's like,
me too.
You can only hide your true self and play the game for so long before it takes a huge toll on you and you hit rock bottom, which for you is, for Shane in this moment, is like sleeping with a woman who he has no physical attraction to and trying to force his life to be into this shape that it shouldn't be in. And he's just like, I have to choose my happiness at some point. And now he's like started on the choosing my happiness journey.
Yes. And it's so nice. Okay. So then
after the game,
we're at the beach.
Shane is sitting on the beach. This was like
I'm actually sick again.
Tiny bit different from the book because in the book it's already dark outside, which I get why you would want to do it at sunset. It's prettier. Sure. And it makes more sense. But in my mind, in my headcanon, it's still nighttime on the beach.
It's dark. Yes.
And Ilya comes up and
I actually can't talk about
oh my God, hold on.
I'm insane. Okay.
My body feels really, really freaked out right now. Okay. So he comes up and he sits next to Shane.
I'm literally crying. Okay.
And he's like, oh, there you are. Or if he said, found you.
He said, found
right,
you.
Pause.
That's what got me. Found you.
Found you is so different than like, oh, I've been looking for you.
Oh, there you are.
It's like, oh, there you are. Thank God. I see you. I understand. I know you. You're known by me. I found you. And he says, oh, so you've been looking for me. He said, no. Of course not. So they sit down. He says, I looked up that word, by the way. Compatible. And what does he say? He says, so you and Rose were not compatible.
Mm-hmm. He says no.
And I looked I looked this up. There is a direct translation to compatible in Russian. And in Russian, the most direct translation of compatible in Russian is like mechanics. Like how it's like how two
square peg,
how two
whatever,
items might
hole.
Actually fit together. Like can they slot together?
So he's like,
can they building like mechanisms? And Shane is just, they show Shane's face and he's
a goner, man.
He's so gone, man. He's so gone. And so then Ilya looks kind of around, sees if anyone's nearby, and he just moves his hand just like a few inches
This is
closer.
so sick. This is so sick.
And then Shane moves his a little closer. And they talk about, oh, what time are you leaving early tomorrow? Whatever. And then their little thumbs are touching in the sand.
No, I think I want to die. I think because it's like, again, this is all so different. Like you can feel the difference, you know? And it's just like,
this is not a sexual touch.
Shane is not even the one looking around. Like he's not the one looking around. He's just like, okay, we're going to hold little thumbs in public and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just like, I'm putting myself out there now. You did it and now it's my turn.
Sexual touch.
Exactly.
Thumb touching is not foreplay.
No, it happens before they even talk about like if they're going to meet up later.
It's just like I found you. I'm here.
I found you.
I'm with my person in the room. It's like, oh, your person is in the room and you feel like you have to be touching them. It's just, that's like stupid, but it's just like being in love. Like that is like what it feels like to be in love. Is you're like, oh, I need to gravitate and be physically close to this person.
I just need to be closer to you.
Oh. So then Shane, with almost a painful look in his eyes, he's like, what room are you in? And like, it's not even like this, like, in earlier episodes where he's like, oh, what room are you in? We should.
Yeah.
He was like, it's almost this
need to
resigned
talk.
thing, like this inevitable. We have to talk in private.
Joe, we gotta have it out.
Oh God. I'm okay.
Okay. This is a really serious part.
Ilya gets a text from Jane. Jane, I'm outside. Let's Shane in. Shane is being like, I have to be honest about my feelings right now, and this could be the end. And my biggest fear is I'm going to be honest. I'm finally going to be honest, and I'm going to get turned down.
Yeah, and like maybe I'm too late, and I think like,
oh, maybe I'm too late, and maybe it was my fault last time. The last time that was my opportunity,
like,
and I
now
fucked it up.
Yeah.
So
because Ilya's like, he's still talking to me and stuff, but like it's not the same as it was, and so I think like it's all that's there
now,
anyways.
And
so
this
he comes
is like this is important because now they've both experienced what it's like to be on the back foot, you know? And now it's like, okay, Ilya tried. He kind of got rejected a little bit. And now his guard is up, and rightfully so. And now Shane is on the back foot a little bit. And so he comes in and Ilya goes, oh, it looks serious.
Yeah.
And Shane's like...
And Shane sits and he's like hunched over.
Shane's like, it's not...
Like his whole
I guess
body
it kind
language.
of is. Can you sit down? And then he looks at Ilya and he says, it's not just me, right?
This was like... Again, so perfect because Ilya's like, what are you talking about? Like even though you know that he knows, he understands the conversation that's being had. He's still like, he's we're not
like,
doing
I gotta
this.
make you say it because guess what? Like I've seen this play before.
Yes. And I didn't like the ending.
I'm gonna need you to spell it out because I made you a tuna melt and I bought you ginger ale. And I called you Shane.
Like, was I not clear enough? Like, yeah.
And then he says, it's not just me, right? Like last time, like it was different. And he said, what was different? That you ran away?
And he says, I'm sorry about that.
And he's like, I'm so sorry. And Shane is being so brave. And he's just like,
it's so
he's like,
hard.
He goes, this is hard enough without you being an asshole. Like, I just need you to like,
don't be mean. Like, don't be dumb and don't be mean. And
then he's like, I think I'm gay. And
so Ilya laughed, which I get because I would be like, okay, well, that's not where I thought this was.
He's like, okay, you know, hey, I thought this was about me. And also like, okay, well, actually right before I made this connection. So right before that though, he's like, what are we? Like, what is this? You know, that's not what's going on. You know what I'm talking about. And it reminded me, there's like an unreleased song from the soundtrack from episode 2 when they are hooking up in Shane's condo for the first time. And it's like, what the hell are you? Who the hell are you? It was like,
that song is, I need that.
It's unreleased.
Release it.
Yeah.
I need it.
I feel like that was so, it was like, it's kind of like taps into this feeling of like, I'm scared of what is happening between us. I am like, that's also kind of what falling in love feels like. It's like, I'm scared shitless about how out of control I feel right now. And I need you to validate that I'm not the only one who feels this way.
It can't just be me.
Come on. It cannot. Like, don't leave me here.
Like, please.
Because it's so terrifying. And it's not even just about being gay. It's about my arch rival.
Exactly.
You cannot leave me alone in this. That's like the vibe. This is like what Shane is trying to say, I feel.
Yes. I totally agree. This is the point where Ilya also comes and sits next to him on the bed. And so they're kind of like just sitting there. And you can tell again, like he's so tense and he's like, I don't want to do this. It feels like Ilya had this one moment of weakness and then he sort of resolved himself of like, well, we can't.
He's
be
like,
anything.
I'll never do it again.
I don't even want to have this conversation. Yeah. And also like, that was a mistake. That was vulnerable. Now that I've thought about it and I've gotten my feelings hurt, I know that we can't have anything. So there's also no point in, I do understand that. Sometimes it's like, there's no point in having this conversation because it can't go anywhere or like, we can't fix the thing. That is a thing I relate to of like, if we can't do anything about it, then why are we talking about it? And so you can tell he's like resisting. And he does start to soften after Shane apologizes.
Yeah. And Shane says, but last time, like, sorry I freaked out. But before that, it was more. And then
it felt like we were something.
He said, it felt like more. And Ilya said, it was. Or he said, it was nice. And he said, it was. And then Shane goes, I think I like you a little too much. Because he said, you don't like me.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I think I like you too much.
So sad as well.
And then he's like, here's the stakes.
Yeah, he says, I felt like we were something. And Ilya says, we can't be something, Hollander, which going back to his last name, which was upsetting. And then Shane says, would you want to be if we could?
But he said, what's the point?
I can never go home.
And he starts laying it out. I can't go home. My mom is dead, which you didn't know. My dad has Alzheimer's. My brother sucks.
My brother's police. My dad's police.
It's illegal to be
I don't
gay.
want to find out what would happen to me. Yes.
I can never go home. And it's like laying out all this stuff. And then a single tear starts falling down.
No.
And then he turns away and he goes, sorry.
Sorry. What? That sorry was sick again. Like,
but then
I get that too. Like, I'm apologizing for being emotional right now.
It felt like he was apologizing for being emotional, but also just apologizing for the mess that is his life. Yeah. And it just being like, hey, even if this is something that you could overcome, Shane, because now it's starting to feel like it's something you might want to overcome. I can't, I'll die. Like, I could lose my life.
You know what? I just had a vision, like That's So Raven. I need an Ilya edit to Eldest Daughter by Taylor Swift, because this dude is carrying like the burdens of his whole family. He's like, has no one that he feels like he can be open with. Even Svetlana, like, he doesn't tell her all the stuff that he's going through. And then this is the first time like we ever see him in the entire show be vulnerable about the things that are happening to him.
So yeah, I'm never gonna let you down. But I right now
I thought that I'd never find that. So yeah, he says he's sorry.
He's sorry, and then Shane climbs in his lap and he's being held again. But this time he's really being held, and Shane is like cradling him and he's like crying into him.
And I wrote my note here is they kiss, but they also hug, ! And he's crying, ! I want to die.
And he's like fisting his shirt. And I feel like this was it. This was like, I don't know about in the book, but show moment wise, which I'm very pro show can stand on its own.
Yes, I agree.
It is the moment that the first moment that they both let their guard down for real.
Yes.
And they both totally just agree. Say like, I can't keep pretending that this isn't real. Mm-hmm. I can't keep pretending that I don't want this.
Yes. Which is exactly why I think it was so important that they do not show them having sex. It's implied. And then Shane leaves. And when he leaves,
because now they have words. They have words now.
Yes.
They don't. Now they're having sex to further express their feelings, but
sure,
it's no longer their only language.
Yes.
So be disappointed if you want, but it's art.
I don't care. I really don't care. I think it was the most brilliant genius choice that they made, because it's like, I don't even know how to say more words about it, but I just think like, yeah, you don't miss it because you don't need it anymore. But before, if there's no sex, there's no relationship. Mm-hmm. But now it can stand on its own. And it's like emphasizing that by not including it. Anyways.
So and then it's implied that they do, because Shane's like walking out. Ilya's laying shirtless on a rumpled bed. So he looks back and he's like, what? Because Shane looks back at Ilya and he's like, what? What is it?
Uh-huh.
And Ilya goes, nothing. Good night, Shane.
Good night, Shane. So he's back to first names. It's just masterful. It is beautiful. It's amazing. I love it.
And then
like calling him by his first name again.
Eyes in the world.
Yeah.
Shane is like, good night, Ilya.
Good night, Ilya. Okay. Okay. Cut to Shane's back in Boston, and
this is hilarious.
He's like, his phone's lighting up, and Hayden says, Boston Lily's texting you again, and he's like, shut up, what? Shut up.
And he goes, I don't care.
Like, I don't care. And I said in my notes, only a straight man could have a friendship this is your best friend. He's been getting texts from someone named Lily who you've never met for literally like a decade now.
Oh.
And your response is, I don't care.
No, respectfully.
You're not even going to ask a single follow-up question.
If this was me and you, and like we were roommates, and every time we went to Boston for close to a decade, someone that I never met was texting you.
Correct.
And I would be like, hey, I would be like tailing you.
It would take one. It would take one time.
Well, first of all, I have you on Find My Friends, so I would be like, what is this address?
Yeah,
Just come on, it would never happen.
Like, this is just such a man friendship thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no other, explanation for it, because that's just a crazy response.
Right.
But I get it.
So Ilya's texting him, and he's like, "Come over," and he's like,
"Yeah."
Shane is like texting back, pretending like he can. He's like, it's like before the game, as he's getting dressed.
As he's getting dressed. Correct. Which was so fun.
Oh my God.
And he's like giggling. He's like texting.
He's like, no, I'm not.
I can't come over. Puts on my sweater. Pulls on my shoes.
No, this
I can't do it.
Do you know what it's giving? It's giving like your partner like wants to like snuggle or like wants to do something cute or like wants to like whatever, and you're like, no, I don't want to. But then like if they actually stopped, you would be like, you don't want
you're like,
to?
Wait, how dare you? Exactly. Because if Ilya was like, okay, fine, sure, you're right, we have a game, Shane would be like, wait, but I'm already on my way. Yeah, it's just goofy, it's flirty, it's fun. So then we cut to the game later.
No.
I mean, yeah, they like implied
implied. This is an important scene. We have to cover this.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
It's okay. He's laying with Ilya in bed. It's like post-coital in bed breathing. And Ilya's phone is going off. His brother's calling him. This is not the first time, or maybe it's the first time he's sending his brother to voicemail.
No, he was calling him another scene earlier. He sent his brother to voicemail. Yeah.
And so then Shane is like, oh, like you can answer that if you want. And he was like, no, I don't want to, whatever. And then he's like, starts probing. He's like, well, how is your family, whatever. And Ilya is like, enough with the questions. You ask too many questions. And he like leans over and he puts his like hand on Shane's knee, and this very again like non-sexual but like loving touch.
Yeah.
And then Shane is like, I'm sorry. And Ilya goes, he's okay. And he was like, I actually needed to clarify. I meant, I'm sorry, we're gonna kick your ass so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Ilya goes, oh, so now you are the asshole.
Yeah.
And he goes, we must tell everyone this. And then he cups his hands around his mouth. He goes, Shane Hollander is asshole. Which is cute.
You're right.
We're just them being cute.
Yeah, they're just nice. Yeah, it's like, again, it's the first time this episode, there's multiple times where it's for the first time we're seeing them like, they're not having this like tense conversation. They're not hooking up. They're just together and it's just fun. And there's no other like intentions behind it. And it's really nice to see.
Yeah.
So
then we cut to locker room.
We're at the game. Yeah.
I love this Ilya moment. He's like, remember, boy. First of all, he sends his brother to voicemail again.
Yeah.
And then he's like, remember, the rumors are true. $1,000 for every goal tonight. Like, I want to beat them.
I want to beat them.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Then we see him come in after. We don't see the game. He comes in back and he's like, no, you lie. I say every goal, you all have to give me $1,000 for every goal I score.
Yeah.
Everyone owes me $3,000.
Yeah. So he got a hat trick. He's having a great night. He's happy. And then the worst possible thing happens.
So he picks up the phone from his brother and he's like, what the fuck do you want? And then it's just like...
And the music goes quiet.
Yeah. And
the music in this show is it's like its own character, and this like cue where everything's so fun.
The music cuts out and it tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it cuts out. Yes. It's like, oh, because you don't have to, again, the writing, like you don't have to have someone say, hey, Ilya, our dad's dead. You can show it. Yeah. And it's so good. Okay.
Then we go to the Montreal locker room. And JJ
for, like,
is
the
like,
next day's game or something.
Oh, do you guys hear about Rosanov? He not go to... I can't... Why am I doing everyone have like some unknown accent? He's like, do you guys hear about Rosanov? Like, he
didn't go to Nashville with the team. And Shane's like, oh, so he flew by himself?
Oh, man.
And they're like, no, he didn't go at all. And
then they're like,
I just can't imagine.
Is he sick? He's like, oh, he's not sick. I mean, he didn't seem sick on the ice last night. The one time
Anyways.
I saw him.
Again, this wouldn't happen if you were my friend and you said that. I'd be like, wait, what do you mean he wasn't? Why did you answer that so fast? Like, why? Or like, why is no one paying any attention to this man?
Right.
Anyways, but I just imagine how worried he was and the anxiety and like how sick to his stomach. And so he texts him and he asks if you're okay. Doesn't get an answer. Later, he's back at his house at night and he tries calling and he gets his voicemail, which was really funny. It says like,
oh yeah,
I will never listen to your voicemail.
Hi, this is Ilya. I will never listen to your voicemail. I was like,
yeah,
that's so real and funny for Ilya.
Yeah. So then, yeah, but he's like just stressed and worried, and then he's reading, and then he gets a FaceTime call from Ilya, and he's like,
oh yeah, I know. It's so cute. This is actually my one regret about what was cut out of the show. Is I totally agree with you about we no longer need sex to explain their relationship. However, in the book, there is a really special moment in this part where like they are having FaceTime sex, but then Shane is like, I really just kind of want to like look at your face. Could we just like,
yeah,
could we just look at each other's faces?
Yeah.
I get why that probably is hard to put on TV.
Because it's really hard for them. I don't know how they would appropriately film that. Yeah. And I think again, this part, cutting it out actually made me see this differently, this whole scene, than I did in the book, where I'm like, oh, he's doing it again. Like I said earlier, when he's with Svetlana, he's like, I don't want to talk about my dad. I'm feeling upset. I'm going to use sex as a way to get like affection and like a dopamine high right now. Because I don't have any other way to like be vulnerable with you yet. Like I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
And he'll get there, but like he's still not there yet.
Yeah, and he's like, yes, he's dead. I'm going to be back by next week. Whatever.
Yeah. I hate
but
it.
also he's like, he picks up the phone and he goes, you wear glasses?
You wear glasses? He's like, hey, the glasses stay on. The glasses stay on.
And he says, well, Shane takes them off. He's like, oh no, like only when I read. And then he doesn't even say anything back because like Shane's like, are you okay? Whatever. He goes, put them back on, please.
Put them back on.
He says, put them back on, please. And then Shane obeys immediately.
Yeah.
And puts them back on. And then he's like, are you happy now? And he says, I'm happier. So that was my one regret. But that's okay. It lives on in the book. And
it just made me see, like, in the book, I feel like that's such a sweet, tender scene between them, which I think is important. But I think it really, having it in an episodic form, not showing that scene continues to build the tension. So when we get the love confession, which is coming later in the scene, in the show, I feel like it works so much better. I feel
like it would be really difficult. Not that these actors don't have, like, can't act on a high degree of difficulty, but to show the emotional intimacy without the inner thoughts about what's happening during the FaceTime.
Right. Exactly. It might cheapen it. I think it works for a TV medium to have cut that out. I do understand why you might be upset. Not you, but like the broader you might be upset it wasn't there. But I think it works in this episode. Okay.
So
this became insane.
Memorial dinner. God, we have still so much left of this episode. I'm just like...
correct. I told you this is going to be 2 hours because I think I could spend a full 2 hours on the scene with Ilya and his brother alone, okay?
We're at the memorial dinner thing. It's very dark light.
Yes, and the music, it's like...
It's very like Russia.
It's Russia.
It's very, it's very TV
it's like
Russia.
Chernobyl. Yeah.
It's like
having never been.
Do you know how like on TV they'll be like, make everything look like golden and dusty if it's supposed to be like in the Middle East.
For Mexico. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah. It's like, no. The dark lighting, everything is vaguely wet.
Yes.
And cold looking.
There's vodka. There's weird music. Yes.
Moscow.
Yes. Moscow.
So,
okay.
I have no idea if that's what Russia's really like, but that's what TV Russia's like.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm never going to find out.
And I don't think they're going to let this show be in Russia. So,
correct.
Okay. So, whatever. They'll never find out either.
Yeah.
He's like kind of having a time. He steps out of the dinner and his brother steps out with him. And he's like, hey, Ilya, what's the plan? They're having this whole conversation in Russian. And he's like, what do you mean what's the plan? He just died. And he's like, well, you abandoned us. And he's like, I paid for everything. I put food in your belly and coke up your nose. And he's like, I have a daughter. I took care of him every day, whatever.
I could just, like, complicated families. I love them so much in a sick way. It hurts me. But like, I thought actually, like, Alexei, up to this point and throughout the book, I think, is like a pure villain. But I actually think in this moment, even though he is still being shitty and horrible in a lot of ways, there's something like more interesting, because it's like, hey, Ilya, you got to leave. You got to go and live in America, and you get to be free from this, and you didn't have to watch Dad die. You didn't have to care for him, which is like a horrible thing to go through, to care for a dying person. And you got to make all this money. You have all these women. Like, you get to be free, and I didn't get that. And now you're leaving me behind again. And like, I just thought the like portrayal of the brother and like some parts of like the Russian confession later was so much more interesting than having Alexei just be sort of like this pure antagonist. To have him be like a person with, again, complicated feelings and like not maybe a good person, but like there's like genuine resentment there that comes from a real place.
Yeah, like he's not,
that's like understandable.
He's definitely a morally gray person. I think, you know, he makes sense with when you take the sum of his experiences, and he probably does feel like he's been living in his brother's shadow, and he's been stuck with an emotionally unintelligent father. He also lost his mother when he was a young child. Yeah, I thought the guy who plays him did an incredible job portraying that. And
Agree.
You know, he sucks. And also, I kind of see where he's coming from.
Exactly. So, like, if it was me, and I think this is probably like a super common dynamic where like, especially in like immigrant families where one family member goes and one family member stays. And it's like both are going to resent each other because they don't understand each other's experiences. And like his brother, Alexei, doesn't understand the things Ilya has sacrificed, or like the loneliness maybe he feels, and how much he says later, like he wishes he could have taken care of his dad in some ways. And Ilya will never understand what Alexei went through. And like,
but they're both going to feel guilt probably no matter what.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, maybe it's probably for the best that they're not going to have a relationship after this, but like, yeah, they both have parts of them that are understandable and nuanced. And I thought that was like so, like hard to watch. But obviously then Ilya, Alexei's being like an asshole in the scene and being aggressive with Ilya, and that's not good either. Yeah. So,
and then Svetlana steps out and she's like, "Hey, I thought I heard singing. I thought you guys were talking." And then Alexei is like, he looks at Svetlana and he's like, "Now I have to hear this whore run her mouth," and that sets Ilya off.
Yeah,
fair. He does not like that. And there's another moment I appreciate it. It's like we've kind of established Ilya does not love Svetlana that way. But he's like, she's my family.
But he does love her. Yeah.
She's my family.
And even like, I thought that's interesting because his brother like calls him a slur. He doesn't react to that. But he says something, he calls Svetlana a whore. And that's what like is going to make him become violent. And
he doesn't play about the people he loves.
Yeah. He's just like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like, I suck. Like, you don't like me. The same thing from earlier. You don't like me. But don't talk about my friends and family. Like, I will end you. So
to him, Svetlana is all he has.
Yeah, like that's his one family. Yeah.
So he goes off on his brother and he's like, "I'll make a trust for my niece. She'll have it when she's 18. Yeah. Never contact me again.
You have my apartment.
Have my apartment. Yeah. I'm never coming back here." Yeah. He kind of sets him straight, whatever. And then the brother walks away. And then he has a conversation with Svetlana. And he's like, "I don't deserve you." You know.
And she says, you don't, like, you're right, but like, you don't want me.
Or he was like, "I love you." And he's like, "Yes, but you don't want me." And she's like, "I love you too." And then she says, "I hope Jane knows how lucky he is."
That's what I'm talking about. Hayden is not clocking this like Svetlana is clocking this. A woman.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM. She's like,
women.
Okay, we all know. Jane rhymes with Shane. This took me 5 minutes to put together.
Okay, this took me 5 minutes. Every time he's on the screen, you get hard.
Like, you're really weird.
Like,
you'll talk to me about any man in your life except for when I bring up Shane Hollander, you get weird. Like, hello? Okay.
Truly.
Okay, so yes. That was insane. I love her.
I love her. She is a queen. Rose is a queen. Elena is a queen. Yuna is a queen. The women in the show
they're all
just
queens.
Killing it. All right. How are we doing? We have not even gotten to the most emotionally tense parts of this episode.
I know.
Oh my God. Okay. If we had sponsors,
So
now would
he
be a great time for an ad break. We don't.
So he goes outside and he's walking and he calls Shane.
He texts Shane.
He texts him.
Are you alone? He was not alone, but he said yes.
Yeah.
He walks out.
Runs to
he's
the
like,
stairwell.
He's like saying something to Hayden about something. I'm going to, and Hayden goes, I don't care. He goes like I don't, whatever.
Yeah. Again.
Okay. Again, if you were doing that, I'd be like, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Why are you running away?
So aggressive to me when I came. You'd be calling me to the stairwell
like,
to listen to the conversation.
Are you good?
Anyways, they're rooming together. He goes to the stairwell and he calls. And this is when I know this isn't going to get any Emmys. Like, I do understand that.
Deserves it.
But I think Connor Story deserves an award for this scene because to learn, first of all, I've seen like Russian speakers say that he does amazing with his Russian, but like to learn it within a few weeks and to act at the caliber that he's been acting while speaking a language you don't know, while everyone around you speaking a language you don't know, that's insane. And so I just like he deserves everything.
So Shane answers.
I mean, they both do, but
Shane answers and he goes, "How are you?" And he was like,
and the fact that he called him. I'm sorry, but just the fact that he called Shane when he was in emotional distress. He didn't try to like deal with it by himself. He's like, I'm going to call Shane. Okay.
He was like,
continue. Shane answers.
Not great. Bad, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
terrible.
He's like starting to talk about like, well, Shane was kind of like dumb. Like he's trying his best, but he's not helpful.
Yeah.
He was like,
No.
is it very painful? Is it very hurtful? I'm like, yeah. Obviously. It's giving, respectfully, it's giving somebody who has never seen their parents have a fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shane's giving only child. He's giving only child
with happily married
parents who love each other.
All right.
That's a leap. Never lost anybody. Nobody in his life's ever died. He doesn't understand what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and then Ilya says, I think I'm upset about the wrong thing.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know, English is hard right now.
Yes, and before that though, he says, I'm wishing things were different. I wish he could know me. And that made me want to die again because like now I think probably a common experience. Like I never was myself with my dad and he never got to know you, who's the person I love, and he never got to really know me. And now, even though if he had lived and he had never had dementia, I probably still never would have told him.
Also, he probably wouldn't have accepted me, but at least he would have known.
Yeah, but like now there's no chance. Like he'll never know me and he'll never know you. And that was so horrible.
Yeah.
Anyways, he says English is hard right now.
This was a lot. And then Shane says, well, why don't you just tell me in Russian? I won't understand what you're saying, but it might help. So Ilya starts talking in Russian. He starts speaking in Russian and telling about all the stuff that's going on with his brother and how everyone's always asking more, and how it feels empty.
I never want to come back here again. Yes.
I can't come back here. Like
I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no one except Svetlana, and I love her too, but not like. And then he stops.
He's in single tear again. He's like, I love Svetlana, but
not like.
And then he goes, fuck.
Not like I love you.
And he goes, not like I love you. All I want is you. It's always you. I'm so in love with you, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm like, damn, obviously, because I can't speak Russian, I can't emulate what he did. But like the emotion, like his voice is like cracking over
Exactly. And it's like, how do you do that?
I made a note. His face is so vulnerable. He's never been so vulnerable and exposed as when he says, yes, but it's not like how I love you. And it's almost like it's the first time he's admitting it to himself.
Yes.
He's never even admitted it to himself before, but in this moment, he's realizing, I love Svetlana, but it's always you.
But you,
It's always you.
It's just so insane. And yeah.
And then they're cutting to Shane in the stairwell with his eyes closed.
He's like listening.
And it's like, he's like almost like, I don't know. It's like the sentiment is transcending language. Like you can kind of tell when someone's saying they love you, even if you don't know what they're saying. It's just one of those things.
No, like I also want to talk about this scene because I want to know your thoughts. I personally like was so uncertain how they were going to portray this because in the book you don't get any translation for any of it. You just get the like reveal a little bit like, you know, after Shane's experience hearing this, that he says, you know, I think I'm in the last line, I am so in love with you and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm like, okay, how are they going to show that? Like, are they not going to translate? Are there going to be no subtitle? Like, what's the... And I think this works so well, again, like with them cutting out the sweeter moments from earlier, from their like phone sex scene, like showing this and showing him saying all of this, it just lands. Like, I think they did it perfectly and the writing is perfect. And like, to go through this, like, I'm upset about the wrong thing. Okay, here's the wrong thing I'm upset about. I'm upset. I don't want to come back here. I hate my family. Like, whatever. But that's not even it. That's not it. Here's the thing that is it. I'm in love with you, and I don't know what to do about it. And, like, this whole scene, the acting, I think it was the right choice. I think it was perfect to translate the whole thing. So,
and like
10 out of 10. No notes.
Standing in this, like under a bridge, it's snowy. He's, like, crouched down.
Yeah.
And it, like, even the crouching, like, that was a choice. Like, when he gets to the part where he's going to tell Shane, like, it's not like I love you.
Yeah.
It's like he's in a vulnerable crouch. And he like, can barely hold on to his phone. Small. And his voice is cracking. And it's like this big, tough hockey player has been slain. And he's just this tiny little boy again.
Yeah. Which is, like, exactly how it feels sometimes at funerals and, like, going home. And it makes you feel like a little kid sometimes when you're back with your family. And so he's just so vulnerable. And then to, like, open up in this way, even if it's in Russian, which, in fact, is probably more difficult to do because it's, like, his genuine... That's his heart. You know, like, if you tell someone you love them in a language that's not your first language, it doesn't mean that much to you. Like, it's like cursing in Spanish or whatever. Like... You're like, this is funny. But if you say it in your language, it means something. And so for him to say this in Russian is also like
the way that he doesn't really say. I mean, he's like, you know, I love you too, Svetlana. But like, aside from that, really, it's like he said to his mom, really, that I love you. And she loved him in Russian. And that's it. Those are the people he's loved in Russian. So that's 3 people. You know, that's a lot.
Okay. So yeah, perfect.
So then Shane is like,
I could not have imagined this better. Okay.
I know, it's literally perfect. Everyone on the show is perfect. So then Shane goes, well, maybe you can teach me Russian someday. And then Ilya, back to like being goofy and funny. He's like, yeah, only the important phrases, like harder, please. Yes, sir. Which is just so funny. And he's like, and you learn in 1 week in perfect accent.
Yeah.
Bonjour. Yeah. And then Ilya or Shane goes, Ilya, that's French. And he goes, I know Shane.
He says, I know
also,
Shane.
That is so being in love coded when you're like are constantly saying the person's name when you don't
saying someone's name. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. That's insane. It's insane. Okay.
And then he says, well, again. No.
Sorry.
Then he goes, how about I wish you were here?
Oh, God. Yeah, I didn't even write that down because I was too overwhelmed.
He says, how about I wish you were here? And then Ilya responds in Russian and says, I wish I was there too. Hey, could we get someone to pick me up in a van and strap me down?
I need intervention. That was crazy. Because he's, again, like, it's all been leading here, obviously, but it's like the progression and seeing them both soften, and now they're both soft. And it's like, we're laying the foundation now for what's going to happen at the end of the episode. It doesn't come out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I'm soft.
I'll believe in anything.
I wish you were here.
And
to say that to someone, yeah.
Like,
I'll believe in
just being like,
I wish you were here.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to, I trust you enough, and I'm going to be, this whole episode is about being brave. and
everybody
be brave with your feelings. And it takes so much bravery to show that you love somebody.
It's really hard. Yeah.
Especially when the whole world is against you. It's just, wow.
Totally.
God, we still have so much left. Okay, so.
I know. So much critical stuff.
I know.
Okay.
This episode was insane. Last week, we were like, how are they going to fit this? They did it all, and they did it perfectly.
Right. They did it. I'm sorry for doubting you guys. I am so sorry for doubting you.
Oh,
because
hail
wrong.
Plankton. I'm in this cult, and I'm happy to be here. So, we get Chiron.
So then we're at
them later,
playing each other
Boston
again.
versus Montreal.
They're playing each other a lot back to back, but I get it. I mean, it happens.
So Shane and Ilya meet up center ice, stretching, and Shane, talk about being bold. He's like, "Hey, are our plans still on for later?"
Yeah. Hey, here's my front door code.
1919. And
he's letting him come through the front door. It's just all. And Ilya says, "Oh, I can come through the front door now." Like,
yeah. And then he says, "Fuck you," and he says, "Later."
Later.
Okay, so he skates back over.
Yeah.
Sees Hayden.
I'm
Hayden's
fine.
like, "What's the deal?"
What was that about?
He's like, "Oh, give me my condolences." Blah blah blah. Then they face off.
And it's like a callback to the very first scene from the very first episode when you disappoint them. But this time they're having fun. Like, they're both laughing, and he's like,
they are so in love. I mean, the eyes are just so like it's just disgusting, kind of, when you're looking at the person you love, and it's just
how does no one pick? I'm telling you, in this universe, the TikTok editors are going crazy. People are in their comments hating on them, saying they're not in love. This is sick. Why would you post this? And they know. This is
Gaylor Hive.
I see you, girls.
This is Gaylor.
This is Gaylor. This is Will Mack. You guys.
This is Louis Sileson.
This is
Obama.
Yes.
So anyway,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, also, God, this was like peak Tumblr era. So
yes,
I mean,
the gift sets of them.
The fact that they think they're being so sly when there's a 17-year-old girl on Tumblr reading you for filth.
So yeah, they're looking at each other very dreamily on the ice, which is a mistake. And just to be clear, I am all for gay hockey players. I don't want my gay hockey players staring at each other on the ice and throwing the game and the entire Stanley Cup because you were staring at your opponent dreamily on the ice.
Yeah, save it for later, boys.
So save it for later.
Shane looks back because he wins the face off. He looks back to kind of be cheeky at Ilya, and then he just gets totally blindsided. Chop block.
Yes. Slammed on the ground. Yeah.
And
it was brutal.
He's out. And then they switched to
Hayden
the broadcast feed.
Fight. Yes. Which was great.
I loved that idea.
Excellent. No notes.
And they switched to the broadcast feed, and Ilya is skating around him. So I think and I've already seen it. There's people who are mad about the changes to this scene.
I know. I'm not. But yeah.
So
all hail Plankton, as we said.
All hail Plankton. I'm in a cult. But before, by the way, I'm so susceptible to cults. So easy for me. Give me a good premise.
It tracks.
Yeah.
we've been
cult survivors. Yeah, in a real cult. Okay, so in the book, he's like, Ilya, they can see us.
Ilya, everyone can see us. Yeah.
We had so much to jam into this episode. We had to keep the scene snappy. So they changed the way.
Also, I do agree. That's kind of an insane thing to have him say in this moment. That would have been so okay, no one noticed that.
Right.
I do think if you're watching it.
Where it was the medics after Shane was no, tell Ilya I'm okay. I'm sitting on a bad boy piece of information.
Exactly. And I think there's also a world where you can hold space. Let's hold space for the book version that maybe maybe in Shane's mind he was trying to say that, and in reality, and I think Ilya, again, if he starts going crazy at this moment, it also takes away from later, because again, he is still now, they have they're softening, but he's still on the team. We can't be anything. Yeah. For him to go crazy in such a public way, I think is not where he's at in the show
the thing is,
right now.
We do hear him say, tell me how he is right now.
Yeah, is he okay? Yeah.
And he's kind of freaking out.
But not to an extent where you're this is okay. What's going on there? So yeah, he kind of like skates away. He's like hovering, and the commentators are like, say what you want about these two, but they've been playing together for a long time. And,
A lot of respect.
Clearly they have a lot of respect for
Again,
each other
straight
or
male
whatever.
perspective.
Like, I would not be thinking that.
No.
If I saw this.
Respectfully, boys, at this point, the jig is up.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
I do
See,
want to go.
Your straight male
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. No, your straight male friends will fight the other guy, like Hayden will
That's what I was
beat the
gonna
shit out of this guy who hit him, but they're not gonna like ask you any questions about how you're doing.
No, I thought it was really, I liked that Hayden did the fight. Again, he has a straight relationship with Hayden. This is the difference.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Shane's getting carted off, and he says, "Tell him I'm fine. I'm okay." He's
like,
gonna worry.
Coach is gonna call your dad. He's like, no.
They're
not
like,
my
he's calling your dad. No,
Ilya. Next morning in the hospital. This is my favorite scene of anything.
This is the best scene that's ever happened to me
in my whole life.
Ever.
Since the All-Star scene. The All-Star scene, that was the All-Star montage was there. And then this.
And then peaked.
Yeah. So
Ilya
comes in and he goes, Ilya! And he goes, and he's like, I want to,
Play cool,
I just
man.
wanted to, and he's like, he's really messed up. I mean, you can,
Yeah.
like, Shane is drugged up in this moment.
Yeah.
Ilya is
Ilya's
really
like,
scared. He was scared about what he was
Yeah.
going to come to see.
And like his dad just died. And then this happens. And like,
And he knew
Like-
that also Shane had a brain injury. Like, he had a concussion.
Yes. And he's hurt and he doesn't know how he is and he can't ask anyone because like he doesn't have anybody he can ask who would tell him. They would think he's being like an asshole. So he has to wait until the next day when it's maybe normal for like the team captain to go visit him and make sure he's okay. And like the whole time he's probably wondering like, is he even okay? Like, I can't even know what's going on. And then he comes in and sees him and it's like,
So he's like,
are you okay?
Are you okay? And he's like, hey. And he starts like reaching out for him. Hey. And he's like, shh. And he comes over and he like comes in and holds his hand and he goes,
Holds his hand.
yes, better.
Yeah. Better.
And then Ilya says, you scared me. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't text you last night. And then Ilya like strokes his
Touches
face.
his freckles.
Oh, that's like he was touching his freckles. Yeah.
He touches his freckles with his thumb and then he like kind of cups his face a little more. I'm sick. I am sick. Okay.
And then he's like, I'm mostly mad at what's his face, the guy who hit him, for ruining last night. And he's like, so kind of
I
loopy.
had a whole plan.
I was gonna ask you something. And then Ilya goes, Hollander, maybe you just rest right now.
Don't do it.
Because he knew something. He knew.
He knows.
He knew
and
that
he's like,
Shane's
maybe you
guard was
don't
down.
really want to say this. Yeah, like maybe you're gonna regret this later.
Hollander, maybe you just rest right now. And then he goes,
He's like,
will you come to my cottage this summer? We can spend a
don't
week,
go to Russia.
maybe 2. And
Come to my house.
And Ilya's like, Shane, or he's like, Hollander,
can't
you know
do
we
that.
can't do that. And he was like, it's private. No one will be there. And he's like, okay, maybe.
Maybe. But it's the kind of maybe where it's a no. Like, you know, like this is the maybe someone says when they mean no. And he's like, we can't, again, it's like, yeah, it's so important to me because we know where Ilya is now. We know he's in love, but he's still not there to be like, this could be a thing that we could actually have a real relationship. And, yeah, he's still like, we can never be a thing. And so he's this like tortured little soul who's just like, we're just going to keep doing this forever. We're going to keep hooking up when we play each other and maybe like at All-Star weekends or whatever. And like, that's all we're ever going to have. And I'm in love with you, but this is like the extent of it. And I just need to make sure you're okay. And it's just so much in this one little scene that it's just like...
And he's so at war, you know? He's so at war with himself because he's like, I showed up here anyway, which I know I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
The nurse comes in.
And Ilya, like... Sorry, he set the stakes earlier, obviously, but like to be emphatic, if he stops playing hockey, he can't live in America anymore. He is on a visa to play hockey. And so that is like a higher stakes than just like not wanting to be outed. It's like I cannot
Right. If
go back to Russia.
If he gets in
if
trouble
we are.
for
Right.
having a romantic relationship with his rival and then no other team wants
Right.
him, then he has to
Yeah.
go back to Russia. But he goes back to Russia outed.
Yeah.
So the
Like,
stakes
it's
are
awful.
that high.
They are. So anyways, okay. Then the nurse comes in and Shane says, "Oh no." Which was so funny. It's just so
He was like,
silly.
oh no. And
By the way,
Ilya's
I
like,
have a deep fear of going under anesthesia because it freaks me out that you would just say
Dude.
stuff that you like have no intention of saying.
when I went under anesthesia for my wisdom teeth, I came out and I was like crying. I was like so emotional. And they were like, I was like, oh my God, it's already over, whatever. This is before me and Zach were engaged. And he was in the waiting room waiting for me. And they were like, yeah, like, you know, your boyfriend or someone, you know, your partner is here. He's going to come get you. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, we're going to get married. I was like, he loves me so much.
They're like, okay.
Okay.
Like, what could I say? Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay. So the nurse comes in and she's like, are you going to smother him with a pillow?
and he's like, oh no, but good idea.
There's an idea.
And then he's like smiling at her, and then he looks back at Shane, and he keeps on being like, shut up. Like, don't fucking say
So
anything.
real.
He's like, oh
Yeah.
my God, he's out of control. And then he's leaving, and then Shane's like, bye. And he's like, okay,
Yeah.
get well soon, Hollander. And he looks back and he's like,
Yeah. It's like, but he says goodbye like so soft, like goodbye. It's just okay.
okay, so
Yeah, so then cut to
May 2017.
Shane's on the phone with Rose.
he's at his parents' house.
It's playoff season.
Rosenoff is playing.
Yes.
He's watching.
He's
with
got a
his
sling.
parents.
He's like, I got a couple more days so I can take the sling off. And she's like, how's jerking off? And he says, ma'am, I'm at my parents. And she says, oh, so constant. I just love this. Is such a fun scene because it's like, okay, they really are friends. Like, this is such a
Yeah.
stupid conversation, but they really are friends. So that was nice.
And so he
Yeah.
goes in, he watches like Ilya loses.
Yeah.
Then you see they're texting later, and he's like checking like, how are your ribs? Like, how is everything? Like they've been chatting. They're keeping up with each other. I just noted that Shane is wearing his glasses again, which is so cute.
Yes. And Shane's mom says, turn off all the lights and stop staring at your screen. And like, that is just like, God, she is such a mom. Like, that's so my mom.
And he's like, I'm a grown man.
I'm fine. Yeah, like I'm an adult NHL player, and you're like telling me don't stare at my screen. He's like, my head's fine.
And he says, well, Yuna is like, yeah, I think Scott Hunter's year this year. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I think the Admirals are going to win the cup. Cut 2. Final game of the Stanley Cup.
Yes,
Stanley Cup final. Or the MLH Cup.
MLH Cup. Okay, that looks exactly like
Stanley
a
Cup.
Stanley Cup.
So
Okay,
Scott Hunter,
he wins.
he wins. And he's like texting, like right before he wins, the Shane and Ilya are texting, and he's like, I can't believe like he's about to win. He's like 100,000 years old.
Yeah. He's like, this sucks.
Yeah, this sucks.
And also, Ilya's packing.
it should have been
for
me.
Russia. It should have been me. Mind you, they both already won
Multiple times.
But the thing is, I think you never stop wanting to win. I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, Svetlana's like, don't forget this for your niece. And he says, put it in the suitcase. So, he's like,
He's back.
He's going back to Russia.
And
I'm going to be sick.
so they win. Scott hoists the trophy, and he's happy, whatever. You cut to the audience, and you see Kip, Elena, and Kip's dad with him at the game.
I didn't even notice Kip's dad.
Kip's dad is to the right of him.
Stop. I did not even notice that.
Kip's dad is there.
Okay. Can we stop here and talk about what we think? What is your theory of what happened in between the skip episode and now? Do you have one?
I mean,
Or do you want to wait until we get through the episode?
no, I think this is fine. I think
Okay.
just they kind of, I don't think that they really broke up at the end of episode 3. It just is like, this kind of sucks. In the book, it's months, right? But in the show,
It's like a month. Yeah.
it's like years.
This is like 3 years.
So they've been living in the closet for years. So my thoughts are that Scott has become okay with Kip telling his dad. and telling some close friends, but they're still not living openly. Because otherwise, I don't know why Kip's dad would be there. I think this is kind of like a middle ground, kind of where Shane and Ilya are in the long game, where like close, trusted people know, but they aren't living openly.
I agree. Okay, I'm on the same page as you. And I think implied at the beginning that he's on a tear, and he played way better when he's with Kip. So I feel like it's implied that they're together. I agree they never really broke up. And I don't think I don't think this is something Scott does to like win Kip back.
No.
Like that would be weird. I think they have been together. They've opened up a little, but like they're not out. Yeah.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. First of all, Kip cannot afford those.
No.
This kid, he's in grad school studying art history. Like
maybe at this point he's graduated with his art history master's, but still
like he's not affording.
No.
Yeah. So yes, okay, I'm on the same page.
So his dad, he looks up, and Kip, bless his heart, has tears in his eyes because he's so proud of his man, and also he's like,
and he's sad.
I want to be with you. And then all the wives and children start walking out onto the ice,
and even the announcer says like, "Oh, it's like the tradition where all the family gets to come out," and so yeah, they're even like calling attention to it.
And not only is Kip not out there, he has no family.
Yes, Scott's just alone. Everyone else has family.
He's just kind of skating around, and then
Scott's by himself.
It's just this moment of clarity for him. And
he played. Scott. First of all, he looks hotter than he's ever looked.
Yeah,
I just want to say he looks so good.
I'm not really like a Scott Hunter girly. He doesn't.
No, he's not my type. No. But like,
sweaty boy who's hoisting trophy.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyways, so what were you gonna say?
He looks out into the audience. He locks eyes with Kip. And then the music. I'll Believe in Anything by Wolf Parade.
The first notes of the song are going to like forever.
And it's like a callback to the beginning of episode 3 when Scott is running like an insane person.
Yes. And Elena says, "It's okay to be sad, Kip." And he's like, "I'm not sad." And it's like, yeah, it's okay to be sad that you can't be down there with all the other wags.
"I'm not sad." She said, "It's okay. It's okay if you are."
Yeah, it's okay to be sad. Yeah.
And then Scott is like,
but then Scott looks at him.
And he goes, he looks at him, he says, "Yes, you."
And you can see it, like, again, the acting is so good because you can see it on his face. He has like taking these deep breaths and he's like thinking, and it's like, here's everything. This is everything I've ever wanted. Yeah.
I made it to this now. It's like that Taylor Swift thing where she's like, when she won Album of the Year for 1989, she's like, I made it to the top and I had no one there with me.
And I looked around. Yeah, and there's nobody there with me. That's exactly what it is. And he's like, if I can't do this now, then what is it? Like, if I can't be happy winning the cup, which is the thing I've always wanted, and I'm at the top of my game, and I'm at the end of my career, and I still can't be happy, like, then what am I doing? And so, like, yeah, you, Kim.
He's like, yeah, you. He's like, get down here. And then, okay, so there's a lot going on, because, like, Shane and Ilya are kind of wrapping up the game, but then all of a sudden they notice, and the camera, they cut to the broadcast feed again, and they're like, this is a lucky fan.
Yeah, like,
and so and Kip is like walking down in the most homosexual outfit of all.
Exactly. I would be like, oh, that's his boyfriend.
Yeah, instantly again.
Like, why are we questioning this?
It's screaming homosexuality. Anyway, so he's like walking down slowly. It's almost like Kip's being like, no, this isn't this. I'm still pretending this whole time. And then he like very slowly like
oh yeah, that's just my buddy Scott.
He very slowly just like kind of hops over the board. And he's like, get out here. And he's like, you don't have to do this. But we're cutting also into the living rooms of Shane and Ilya, who are texting each other and are like, what's going on?
Who is this?
Who is this? Pulls him out on the ice. Which pause. I would eat shit. I would eat shit.
Exactly.
I would eat shit. I would never get to kiss my boyfriend.
No, I'd be dead. Unfortunately, I would crack my head open and I'd be bleeding out on the ice.
And he goes, I love you so much. And he gives him the most romantic kiss of all time.
And when the music's hitting its peak. And there's a line too of like about
give me your eyes. I need sunshine.
Sunshine.
And it's
that's what I was gonna say.
And it's like calling back to Elena being like, sunshine. You guys deserve sunshine. And he's like, give me
Jacob Tierney.
Your eyes.
I'm in your
walls. Sunshine. And
sunshine.
And when the song is going like that and he looks at Kip is when the lyric hits, I need sunshine.
I need sunshine. Like the music, the writing, the callback. Everything about this was insane.
Oh my
I loved it so much. And I just think like the feeling of like you've had this thing that you felt like you must be the only one dealing with it for all this time. And then to see Scott Hunter kiss his boyfriend on TV. Like,
no.
Also, I said, hey, by the
me.
way, if your son rapidly stands up and sprints out of the room after this happens, he is gay. Like, why? They don't even look. If that's my son, I'm like, okay, gay son. You know? Are we paying attention to our children here?
Come
you know?
on.
Yeah.
Parenting literacy. So anyway, he gets up, he leaves the room.
Like, hey, son, anything to tell me?
But their faces are agape. So Shane's face is like, his mouth is
shocked.
open.
Yeah.
He's looking at the screen. Ilya is like elation, I think. His eyes are just like,
yeah.
And this is
like,
this is the parts that make me cry. It's so important.
Yeah.
To be brave, you know, because you think it's just about you and you think it's just about Kip, and it is about you guys, but it's also about like everyone else that sees you and knows you. And even just like the existence of this show in a time in our culture when we're going backwards. And like these traditional ideas about like marriage and relationships and family are like digging in as hard as possible. And it's like, it's in dominant culture. It's like, it's in subculture. It's like subliminally messaged in our art and media and songs and all this stuff. Like even for this show to come out now is just so important. And it's the same thing. It's doing the same thing probably for a lot of young people, a lot of young queer people that like Scott and Kip are doing in this moment for Shane and Ilya.
Correct. I totally
It's just
agree.
so important. And like, and just the message not even being like, you deserve like get your man. But it's like, I need sunshine. I need to be able to live in the light.
To live in the light.
I can't live in the dark like this anymore. People aren't meant to live like that.
Right. Because it's costing me, like, I don't have any close relationships in my life at all because I have been living like this.
No.
And, it makes me sick in a positive way.
Just like, gosh.
Him doing this, you see how it sets Shane and Ilya free. Even though they're not going to come out with their relationship, like, spoiler alert, But, like, to still be like, like, it's important because there are kids who are quit hockey because they feel like there's no place for them there, or like teenagers who like stop playing, or people living like Scott Hunter who like have no friends because like they feel like they can't be themselves. And so I think it is important. Yeah, it's like Scott deserves to have who he wants on the ice just as much as everybody else does, and it shouldn't be like a thing. But because he makes it a thing, he has to be the first one to do it because no one else ever has. But because he does it, like, the ripple effects are not just about Shane and Ilya. That's the ones we see because that's the stories we're looking at. But like, it's going to pave the way for other people to be who they are.
And I think the lesson here is like, just because you don't see the impact of your bravery and your courage and your transparency doesn't mean it's not happening. You know, like being bold or like pioneering or like, I don't know, being the first in your bloodline.
Being the first,
to prophesy about Wolfstar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because you don't know, you don't see the immediate
Maybe not that.
value. Doesn't mean that it's not there.
Yeah, and you just never know. Like, being brave can also be small things. It doesn't have to be this. I feel like,
or like
little,
or, you know, modeled in some of the other books. So I guess spoiler if you want to read the other books, but like being brave might even be like calling out a teammate when they say something homophobic.
Yeah.
Or calling out your best friend like on the ice right after he comes out like with sexual abuse allegations. You know, like it's not even the courage to make a statement about yourself, but it's just the courage to do the right thing. And okay, so Shane's phone is ringing.
So they're kissing. Yeah.
They're kissing and it's
Shane's
so beautiful.
rings.
And Kip is just, baby boy. I just want to cradle him to my chest. Like,
he's my son.
He is my son and he deserves sunshine. And he's just...
He does. And he gets it. He does get it.
And they have their moment, and it's like...
I didn't like anything else about the book Game Changer, as I've said, but I have been chasing the high of this moment ever since, because, like, that's peak to me. You win the... And I actually love that instead of making it, like, 2 months into the relationship, they make it years. Like, this is something that they've been dealing with for a long time, and Scott, like, finally just makes the decision, and it comes without any pressure. It's not like, obviously they found a way to work it out. They found a balance that they can both be comfortable with. Kip was like, you don't have to do this. And Scott's like, yeah, like I don't have to do it, but I want to. It's just so important to me.
Girls, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would.
Yeah. If he wanted to, he would.
Shane steps into the hallway.
Around the corner.
He answers the phone and he just goes, oh my gosh, or something like that. He's like, dude, what? Did you see that?
Did you see this? Yeah.
And the music is still going. And then Ilya says, I'm coming to cottage. And the music just cuts out and the episode ends.
Yes. Perfect. No notes. 0 notes.
You, Jacob Tyranny.
When I find you.
You literally got a 10 out of 10. Nothing will ever be topped.
Standing ovation.
This was executed flawlessly. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game.
I didn't know how they were going to do it. I didn't believe, but I believe now, and I'm a believer, and I will follow you wherever you go.
When I first watched the kiss, I screamed. I actually did let out a scream.
Yeah. Yes, my heart was racing. I felt like it was real. I feel like that's my close personal friend Scott Hunter and my son Kip.
Oh, yeah, my son who I literally gave birth to. I just
watched them kids. I birthed them.
He was literally an egg in my ovary. He slid down my fallopian tube. Then he got implanted,
and now he's my
on
son.
My uterine wall. And then I gave birth to him after carrying him for 7 or 9 months, however long you're pregnant. And then I raised him, sent him to grad school.
That's my son.
He's my son.
That's why he has no mom. Yeah,
because I'm the mom. The closest I've ever felt to this maybe was like the Taylor Swift Super Bowl win, like on the field
when she goes on the field.
Yeah, but imagine if they were gay.
Yes.
It's that. It's literally that. Yeah. But if they were gay.
And then the announcers are like, good for Scott Hunter. Like,
big night for hockey.
Good for him.
All right. You had to suspend your disbelief because they would have cut away.
Correct. Oh, they probably would have cut away.
This would have been on an iPhone. Like, we would have been seeing this on social media, not on the broadcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it depends who's running the broadcast, but yeah. If it's a Canadian team, maybe we get to see it. Yeah. If it's an American team in the finals,
so
it's getting cut.
There was a lot of speculation within the fandom about if we were going to get a full cottage episode. And
we are, baby.
We are.
And
there was so much discussion, and there was so much, finger biting, nail biting.
Chief doubter. Yeah.
How are they gonna fit all of this in episode 5? How are we gonna have a whole cottage episode? So now, knowing what you know now, how do you think things will be left at the end of episode 6?
That's a really good question. Let me pull up my copy of the book that I checked out from Hoopla to do research.
Because I think we're gonna open with like
I've never read it. Like I've always read it back to back with long games, so I can't. Oh yeah, it opens with them like nervously meeting each other. Yeah, for sure.
Driving to the cottage. We're gonna see like grilling. We're gonna see lake activities.
Okay, so how it ends though is this might be the perfect way to end it. Basically, where they're talking about their plan. Ilya says like, when I retire, after I have won 12 Stanley Cups and 13 MVP awards, and you have been retired for like 8 years already because you got very bad at hockey, then I will bring you to the dock out there. I will have hundreds of candles all over it. And then Shane says, that sounds like a fire hazard.
It's on water.
It's on the water holiday. Relax. Will be beautiful. You will love it. The candles, the lake, the full moon. Oh, is it a clear night? Yes, of course. And I will get on one knee, Ilya, and I will say, Shane Hollander, will you please marry me so I can become Canadian citizen faster? And then they said that's going to be our plan. And then Shane says, what if we told our friends? My family already knows. What would your best friend Hayden Pike say? He'd probably think I'm kidding, blah, blah, blah. And then Ilya says, I could maybe extend my stay. And Shane says, you can. A little yes, if you'll have me. He said, I do have another hot Russian coming to stay with me. Couple weeks. And Ilya gasps, Shane Hollander, you have not even told me that I'm hot before. Shane frowns. I haven't? No, I would remember. And he says, I mean, obviously you're hot. And then he says, come upstairs, you can kiss me and tell me about Ottawa and maybe get me off because I'm dying. And then Shane says, only if you beat me. And Ilya laughs, game on.
Oh, that's a great way to end it. I don't know. Maybe the start of season 2 is we get the epilogue. I mean, I think we're going to get the Yuna and Shane's dad finding out.
Maybe we will get the epilogue because it's like they're in the bathroom together, and then Hayden's like, Jesus Christ, this is a public bathroom. And they announced the foundation, the Irina Foundation. That's a good epilogue. And then they're going to meet each other in the hotel room again. Like, that is kind of nice too. I don't know. I trust Jacob Tierney. I do remember, I don't have a source for this, but I remember seeing something that like the ending was different than it is in the book. So I don't know what that means. Like how different, but it'll be great. I trust them with my life.
I have not.
I really do.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit, and we're gonna watch it together.
It's gonna be so great, and we're gonna be together. Oh. Once again, I say God is real. Thank you guys. But
I yet again feel better. Well, thanks for listening to Man in the Crease.
Join us next time for an interview with Scott Hunter's new boyfriend,
Kip. What's his name?
He's doing the hockey podcast. Okay.
All right. Bye.